Yes, bro.
Yes.
How are you, man?
Hi, Ryan. Good.
Yeah, good, man. How
Yeah,
you
man.
been during quarantine?
Uh, good. It's good, but I think everyone needed it.
Yeah.
It's a bit longer, isn't it?
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
bit
well,
longer.
I heard they're lifting it on Sunday, this Sunday. I don't know if that's gonna happen. They said they're gonna lift it.
I'd, even if lockdown lifts,
Yeah.
clubs aren't opening until September earliest.
Yeah, I mean, like Silk was saying, like no, like he said New Year's. So like,
Yeah, I
like
agree.
no one
I agree.
knows. I don't
I agree.
think, yeah, because like we're like the least priority basically. Like no one really, you can't practice social distancing in clubs.
We were chatting about this in the group chat with my boys today.
Yeah,
Gyms and clubs won't open until they'll be the last thing to open.
definitely,
Uh,
definitely. But I see you're putting out content, no, like like a lot of mixes coming out and everything. You're dropping a mix tomorrow as well.
Yeah. Well, at the start of quarantine, it was all a bit fresh, and we all
Yeah,
thought it was a bit like, oh, it might last 3 weeks, so do
yeah,
what we can. So I did 2 weeks of daily mixes,
yeah.
which is good. It was good, and the numbers were crazy. But then it's like when people get used to something coming out or something happening, they're a bit like, oh, yeah, all right.
Mm-mm.
So I stopped it, keep it fresh. Gave it a bit of a rest for a bit, then jumped on Instagram Live not Friday just gone, one before.
Yeah.
And that was alright. I think I just got too drunk though, man.
See,
Too drunk.
the thing is, it was like when you were doing your 2 weeks of like non-stop mixes, I was just sleeping in bed for 2 weeks. Like literally those 2 weeks, I was just like, I didn't know what to do. Like I was just kind of like, I might as well chill. Because I like same as you, I thought it would be quick. I thought that we'd only be in lockdown for a month max.
That's fine.
Um, and then
I thought 3
so
weeks. 3 weeks, that was it.
yeah, I thought it was just a little thing just to see if we're
So
gonna clear everything.
I
But that's
thought,
it. It's
yeah,
crazy. What's it like 2 months in now?
bro, day one, day one. It's obviously it's good, and that we'll never have this kind of time again.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Like,
everyone, if you're not doing stuff to better yourself or to do what you can, make the most of the time, what are you doing? Like,
so new people joining. I've started this project 3 weeks ago, which I DJ. I mean, sorry, where I interview artists, DJs, about their career and about like how they're keeping during quarantine and stuff. So if you want to ask any questions, like put the questions in the question box there. But I'm just gonna come out with a couple interview questions as well. So I'm gonna go straight into it. So like, how did you start DJing? How did everything come about for you?
I've been DJing since I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just shut my door quickly.
No worries.
So basically, I think it was for my 14th birthday or Christmas around my 14th birthday.
Yeah.
And my dad bought me just some little mixer, little iPod mixer, and then I had the DJ app obviously. That was sick, and then that bust. I remember it clearly. I was playing Avicii Levels when I was popping. I blew it. The thing blew, and then I had to go to Maplin's to get a new one.
Okay.
I was fuming, but from there I got a little Newmark mix track. That was alright. Did a few parties and that. I did.
Yeah.
I used to host under 18s parties at my local rugby club.
Oh, okay.
And me and my dad used to host it because my dad used to have good links with the club.
Yeah.
And so we'd get the club for free, and obviously because we were all under 18, no one could drink, but we sorted out with the barman.
A little something.
A little something here and there, and so no one went with ID. Everyone could get served, and that it popped. I think we did about 4 or 5 of them over 2 years, from like 15 to 17.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that, I was just doing 18th birthday parties, 19th birthday parties. Got someone in my form, in sixth form, had a club in Leicester.
Yeah.
Called Mosh. I'm not sure if you heard of it.
No, I haven't heard of it.
It's more like a student-based club, really.
Okay.
And I know someone who worked there as well, so I got in there. Maplin special, yeah. I got into this club on a trial basis. So I was 17. I did this little trial, and this was an alternative and rock club at the time.
Yeah.
So it was all heavy metal, alternative rock. It obviously wasn't my kind of place, but went in there, did a little hip hop set, and it worked. It did well. Like, people coming to the booth like, we've not heard this music in this club before, and people are like, you playing them more often. I had not the manager, but I had the head of DJs stood next to me watching me do my trial, and he's there like, there is some sort of crowd for this kind of music here in Leicester, because obviously you've got, in Leicester there's a lot of big clubs like Blueprint and Republic. I think Silk mentioned them the other day. They were doing a lot of the hip hop stuff, so a lot of the people who didn't want to listen to hip hop or just general pop music would go to Mosh. That's what the crowd was like at the time. And then, so yeah, fast forward, I've been at Mosh. I left Mosh January this year, so I've been playing there on and off weekly for 4 years. Okay. So my first club to basically just gone, really, and it did me well. It made me a much better DJ than I was, because you get used to DJing to floors with no people on it.
Yeah.
When you deal with that, and you can deal with the whole, you're not the biggest superstar in the world, you're here grafting, working for potentially 10 people. That's when you can better yourself. And
it doesn't matter, because like 10 or 100, as long as you're keeping those dancing, and doesn't matter.
If you can keep the 10 people there happy, you're doing your job.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, being a DJ that I'm not from Leicester, I'm not from Birmingham, these places that I play, so no one at the start really knows me there. So they're not there for me. They're there for the club, and if I can keep those people in the club happy, that's my job done. And that's the way you got to go about it. And I think that's the way I grew up on DJing, and I think it's done me well. So
how did you get into the Birmingham scene?
More of like a friend kind of basis, to be fair, because one of my best friends, Joey, I think he's probably in it now. He's from Birmingham, and he joined my school in year 9.
Okay.
And so he's got a few friends. His brother's got a few friends in Birmingham. We just started mingling a lot more with his friends, and through there you get connections, just networking. I think I had my first Birmingham set in a club called Bamboo. You might know Bamboo.
Yeah, Bamboo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did a trial for free. And then I did a few sets here and there. I think I actually might have just been 17, maybe 18.
Okay.
Did my first set in Bamboo. Played there here and there for 6 to 9 months. Maybe did 4 sets in that time. Nothing regular. Obviously, because I'm about an hour away from Birmingham. I'm in the middle of nowhere, basically. So did a few sets here and there, and it worked well. Just building some sort of network, speaking to people behind the bar and people in that kind of scene, the promoters and stuff like that. Slowly building a network, and then from there you learn that you know the DJs, you know the promoters. You can people start relating you to that kind of place, and it's a slow process. Like I first DJ'd in Birmingham when I was 17, 18, and I'm 22 now, and it's like. For the last year, it's been regular. It's been decent work for the last year, and so I think now I've got a solid place in Birmingham as a Birmingham DJ. But it's not from just nothing. Yeah. It's not just you're a Birmingham DJ because you're in Birmingham. It's not. Yeah. I live an hour away, so yeah.
So how you finding it with like traveling like? And then like DJing at Story and stuff like that.
I don't drink.
Okay.
Well, that's bollocks. I don't DJ and drink. I can't do it. Like you may have saw the other night, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't drink and DJ. I've never really done it, so I've never got to that kind of level of being able to get absolutely trashed and DJ at the same time. It just doesn't work for me.
When I've done that one time and I just kept wheeling up tracks every 5 seconds, like ain't no one.
It's worse when you do it with your boys. If your boys are there, and you can just me and my boys like Meat Mill, innit? if my boys are there and we're getting smashed, it's I'm a boss, I'm a boss, I'm a boss, I'm a boss.
Yeah.
Wheel. But
Jordan makes it be looking like a UFO. I don't think I've ever got to that stage, Jordan. I don't think I've ever got to that stage.
Yeah, that ain't alcohol you're taking, bro. I don't know what.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what you're taking, bro.
But no, like I said, I don't usually drink, so I don't mind driving.
Okay.
It saves me a lot of money getting hotels and that. So, like I said, because I live in the middle of nowhere, everywhere I DJ, I have to drive. So I have to drive because I play a lot. I play a decent amount in Oxford as well. Shout out Paradise events that are in here as well. I play in Oxford quite a lot. I play Leicester quite often. Coventry here and there.
So you're kind of like all over. You're like dotted.
Yeah. I've been, because I haven't got a big place around here where I live. I've been made to go out and make networks in other places.
Yeah.
So it's made it a bit harder for me building, but I think it's definitely been better.
So who in the DJ scene do you look up to? Like with DJ wise, who do you look up to?
Obviously everyone who's smashing it. So, but when I first found out about people mixing and stuff like that and making mixes, my boy Joey again, there's a DJ from Manchester called Matt Holden. I don't know if he still DJs now. He might do. He's a house DJ.
Yeah.
So he was making house mixes and they were popping back in the day. It must have been like 2013, 2014, and they were popping. Like they're doing decent, and that's how I started to get into the whole listening to mixes. And then Rusky and Max Denham. Don't know if you know Max.
Yeah, I know Max Denham. Yep.
Them two dropped a mix called Sin Sundays. That mix got played in the sixth form common room every single day. You know.
Yeah.
And that's like fucking, and that's decent. That is. So I've always looked up to Max. Always looked up to Russ. Even Matt Holden. Like I said, I don't know where he is now. If he still DJs, if anyone's in here knows that, then who else? I've only come to know Silk quite recently in the past year.
Yeah.
But from what he does and how he carries himself, it's great. Like, especially how he smashed it recently.
I put you on the spot.
Yeah. Just, let me think, man. Just a man who have done bits for years, like them man.
So looking at your DJ set, like what kind of makes your set unique to other DJs? Like, what do you think stands out?
I think I can play anything. I think a lot of men can say that, but when I first started, I was a house DJ. I was completely house, like no hip hop whatsoever. So I know how to mix house well. I know how to mix hip hop. I can scratch. It's more like everything. It can be new every time. Like nothing's the same.
Yeah.
There's no two sets are the same. And Silk back me up on this. I completely read the crowd. It doesn't matter what I want to play, as much as I can play what I want to play.
Yeah.
It's about. I feel like I'm good at reading the crowd, and say if a song needs playing, I know exactly what. Yeah. So because I built my library up from being in a white neighborhood, and where I'm from is quite white, but then being able to DJ at these places where it's more of like a multicultural crowd. You build up your library and you know what to play, when to play for what crowd. So I think it's just the range of songs that I've got and what I can do with those songs.
So what's been like the highlight for you so far? Like, there's probably way more to come, but what's kind of been for you?
Yeah, man. Not even started yet. I've obviously DJing for the Drake after party in Manchester. That was sick.
I remember seeing that on your story. That looked sick. Like,
that was sick, man. Yeah, that's crazy because it was me. I think Marcel Stevens is in here. He was DJing as well on that night.
Yeah.
With K Tokyo as well. Who else was there? Back on That Night performed. Tory Lanez performed.
Yeah.
And we were all upstairs in this little VIP section. The artists are just chilling. Like, I think Lethal B was there. Presser, who did that kind of news tune.
Yeah.
I think OBJ was there as well, just chilling.
Oh, okay.
So it was a weird experience. Sick though. That was sick.
So how did you get that?
Networking.
Just pure networking and just getting there.
Yeah. Just networking, knowing the right people. Your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
Always. You could be the best DJ in the world, but if you don't know anyone,
definitely. Is there an artist that you would like to DJ for in the future, or have you got like a specific artist?
Everyone would love to DJ for Drake. Of course. Not really DJ for an artist, you know. I want to kind of be my own artist. So be able to J Biggs. Fuck off, man. Yeah, I want to take it my own route and just do. Like I said, because I've started production now, I want to take it into my own kind of thing and work with artists myself rather than work for them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just gonna touch on that. So like, obviously you got tour DJs. Would you ever want to be one? And obviously, like, it helps with the exposure of the DJ as well. But Silk was saying that he prefers DJing for the artist and not being the actual like DJ because they don't really do anything. They just press play kind of thing.
No, that's true. I think it has its benefits and drawbacks.
Yeah.
I know someone locally. You might know MJ.
Yeah.
He DJed for J1. I've known MJ for a while, and he's done very well out of it. He's built himself very well.
Yeah.
Someone shut out a window. No, he's used it well to his advantage, and I think for him that's worked. Some DJs, I feel like they can get lost.
Yeah.
Not putting no names, but I think there's a possibility of getting lost when you DJ with an artist, because if you're not doing a warm-up set for an artist, you're not building the crowd.
You kind of forget your craft in school. Like you're just using the USB. That's it.
Like Silk said, you're pressing play for an artist. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not the artist.
Yeah.
Why should people come to you rather
like,
than?
Yeah, no one's coming to see you. They're coming to see the artist.
No. So, I think I would, if an artist was relevant and wanted to do that and put me on for a certain amount of time, then yeah, definitely, it'd be a great experience to get out there and see different parts of the country or the world that you wouldn't see before.
Yeah.
But
so
a long-term thing, no.
Yeah. I think you got to kind of get your brand up yourself before, you know, kind of getting involved with that, because I feel like you can't really build your own self.
No, you've got to. If you want to build yourself as a brand, you've got to eventually you've got to do it on your own. Like having that artist support for a certain amount of time, like I said, would definitely be a benefit if it's the right artist, the right crowd for you. But yeah.
So you mentioned you're going into producing. So like, do you want to take that seriously and go into that, or do you want to just keep it as a side hobby or something to make your sets unique with like different mashups and stuff? Or
well, I studied A-level music production, so I've known how to do it for a while. So it's not like a new thing, but I just kept it on the back burner for a while because I was meant to go to university to do it, but I never went through with it. But I've always wanted to DJ, and that's why I put the production on the back burner and took the DJing seriously. But I think now, I feel like personally, there's only so far you can go with just DJ. And I want to be playing in the clubs. I want to be booked in the clubs to play my songs.
Yeah.
And play the songs that I want to bring my crowd and play my songs. It's a different buzz.
So a question I've been asking like a lot of DJs. So what's your kind of take on reality TV stars going into DJing, or like people who are like running fitness pages who got like maybe 100K following, pick up a deck and go, I'm a DJ? Like, what's your take on that?
Next question, please.
What's your take on that?
If they're there because they actually want to do it and take it seriously and learn the craft, then yeah. If they're there to make a quick buck, dead. I know some couple of people who've done it as well. It's dead, man. It's dead.
Josh is DJing with a couple.
Say again.
Nah, Josh. If I speak, he knows he's DJing with a couple. That's why.
If they're doing the club appearances, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because like G2 said, they're bringing people to the club.
Yeah.
And that's what they should be for. They're not DJs, man. If they want to learn the craft and do it properly, then yeah, of course. You want to use your fan base that you've already got, and then apply it to building a brand as a DJ.
Yeah.
Then yeah, of course. But if you're just there to make a quick buck and just, it's dead, bro. And half of them are shit as well. Half of them, it does annoy me. It does annoy me. But like I said, for the right reasons, it's fine.
Yeah.
Paul Chuckle. He doesn't. What? Paul Chuckle actually DJs?
I don't even know.
Don't say that.
It's like Denz was saying Paris Hilton.
Yeah, that's one, man. What's that model's name? Going out with Rich the Kid. Tory
Bricks. Yeah. I wouldn't like. I wouldn't say she was a DJ. I wouldn't say she.
They're just doing it for attention and another way of getting money.
Also, like, she's got like 2 million followers. I said Jack Fowler.
Is he
he's not even a DJ. He's not a DJ. He's an artist. He put his own track out. That's why.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he put his own track out. Yeah.
Man,
Connor, where have you been living under a rock?
I've got no interest in that kind of stuff.
No, he's not a DJ. He's not a DJ. He put his track up. Yeah, but he bought decks and done a lot. Is it? You're lying to me. See, this is my next Chris and Kim. This is my next question. Like with DJs, kind of just because obviously technology is advancing everything. Everyone can just pick up a deck and say they're a DJ. Like, what's your kind of response to that? Like, do you what? That's how the game's going.
Well, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I picked up an iPod, an iPad, and that's how I did it. So I've got to.
But you're kind of homing in on your like crafts and skills and stuff. But like them lot are kind of just
cool.
Yeah.
I see as in the past, DJs had a lot of barriers to entry. So you have to spend money on getting turntables, or you have to spend how much hundreds of pounds at the record shop every week to be up to date and be able to actually do it. You can be a DJ for £100 now. Yeah. All you need is you can download music for free. You can get a cheap controller.
Definitely.
It's not barriers to entry now. So if you're doing it right and getting the stuff for cheap, but then working on your craft and doing it properly.
Yeah, now as easy as ever been.
Yeah, of course.
Literally, it's just like it's so literally just been you can go to a shop or you can just buy it on Amazon or whatever.
Not even that. You can go to Pirate Studios for 20 quid.
Yeah, it's cheap. So, what's your favorite set to play on the club nights? Warm up, main, or wind down?
I love closing set. I love it just because a lot of DJs don't like it because they don't like playing after the main set.
Yeah,
they don't play after the main DJ, and I love it because I know what I can play. I know my crates are deep enough to be able to still smash it. Because on the closing down set, you've still got a bit of a main set to carry on with. You've got to keep the energy.
Yeah,
you have to keep the energy from the previous artist, otherwise you're gonna flop. But what's your take on
like the warm up DJs playing all the bangers before like 11:30 or whatever time they're finishing, and then you're coming on? Do you kind of restart the night, or like are you telling them get off the decks?
I've had some problems recently with this. Man know who they are. If they're in here or not, I'm probably not, but it is what it is, isn't it? Just don't. DJs in a night, yeah, it's not about who's bigger than who. It's about you're all working together to keep the club as busy as possible for as long as you can. That's your job at the end of the day. Doesn't matter what your kind of ego is. You're there to keep the club busy. So
definitely.
You work as a team to keep that club, keep the bar busy, keep everything busy. If man are playing D Block Europe at 11:30, you're a donut. You're an idiot.
Club opens at 10, like hour 30 into the night.
I was playing at a bar a couple months ago, and your man's playing every single banger before half time. Like, what does that achieve? Number one, you're not building your brand because you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Number two, you're not promoting yourself. So even if people were looking at you like, oh, he's sick, it's not doing anything for you.
Yeah, literally, Josh said, you can still get a crowd moving with R&B and like old school R&B and stuff. Like literally, they all they want to hear is just slow. You just want to get them in a mood and stuff like that.
Warm up people.
But there's still tunes from like 2014 you can play. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you got show me, Chris Brown, like Kidding, all of them tunes like from back then. You can play those.
I've got a sick warm up folder. It's full of everything. I've got the late 2010 stuff. Chris, bring in
have you had that one?
Old school bangers, everything. So one of my favorite tunes for warm up. Doesn't matter what kind of the night, what time of night it is. If you need to fill the dance floor, 21 Questions, 50 Cent. One of my go-to tracks, probably my go-to track for any kind of main set, warm down, warm up, everything. But if you don't have that range of music, you shouldn't be being booked.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
If you can't play for warm up, don't play for warm up. Like, don't take the booking. You need before you step in the clubs and doing what you need to do, you need to have the basic set. You need to be able to play a warm up, a main, and a warm down. If you don't have that, you're not in the right place.
You got like, do you prefer kind of DJ and freestyle, or do you kind of like have a set in mind, but like you're like, okay, maybe I stick to it a little bit and then change it, or do you kind of just DJ freestyle when you come there?
I never prepare. Unless it's something like Rusky was saying, unless it's something like a really big set, like he was talking about Ushuaia.
Yeah.
If it was a really big set, then I'd do it. I think I prepared a lot of stuff for the Drake set.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I've got every 6 months I try and make a new main set folder. I make a set folder. So I'll do main set 2020 style. I'll do the warm tunes that I'll play that are popping at the time.
Yeah.
And the mains and the closings, and it just keeps it fresh. So you never play in the same sets.
So Jordan mentioned this. Have you had that problem where? So basically, DJs have had this problem where the promoters or managers have got onto the DJ about this, that there's more people on the dance floor than at the bar. Like, what's your take on that?
I mean, what kind of shit is that? Your job is to keep the dance floor busy. Like, I think when you asked Russ this the other day, I was watching. I had something in mind. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
But that's outrageous. You like you're. Oh, I know. I got it. I was playing.
What was
I playing? I was playing at some club. I forgot what it was. And they told me to turn the sound down because they can't hear people over the counter.
Oh my god!
They're saying, can you turn the sound down a bit? I can't hear the customers.
I don't know what I can say to that. I don't even know what I can say to that.
What?
But you're working in a club, you know what I mean? You're working in a bar club, like you should know that it's gonna be loud.
I'm working in a loud club, and I'm not even pushing the mixer. Like I'm on one red light. I'm not on clipping.
Yeah.
And it's not that loud. But they're like, oh, can you just turn it down a bit? We can't hear the customers. What? They can't survive your bookings.
Alfie,
proper.
ever left a wire or taken another DJ's cables home before?
Shut up, Alfie.
Have you done that to
He's
him?
robbed my wire. Bro, he robbed my wires the other day. He's a done. Alfie, man, stop it. Go and speak to your girls. Go away.
Go and speak to your girls. No, I've had someone steal my headphone jack. But like nothing else, I kind of make sure as soon as my set's done, like all my wires are in my bag. Like I make sure everything's there.
I've had everything robbed. I think I've gone through about 3 or 4 sets of Serato CDs over the years. I don't carry them anymore because they just piss me off.
Oh my god.
I've been able to keep a pair of these oxide cables for about a year now, and I've only lost them once when flipping Alfie robbed them. But apart from that, I've been alright with wires. It's more like Serato CDs and USBs just go missing, like, and there's no tomorrow.
Yeah. So best club in Birmingham to DJ at?
Stories, man.
I mean, you can't really say anything else when that's your residency anyway.
Stories, man. Look, I'll be completely honest. There is clubs that do smash it. 101 has a vibe like no other clubs really.
Yeah.
It's just so hype.
It's
and
hype.
If that's what you're about, go to 101. If you want it like crazy hype and like trap, drill, whatever, bashment. Stories is a bit more like not refined. That's the wrong word, but like it's a bit more tame.
Is it kind of like Bamboo, or is it?
No. I think it's more of like a libertine.
Okay, yeah.
That kind of thing. It's more about. It's more about people buying bottles and tables and more like a chill kind of vibe rather than going crazy on the trap and that. I prefer it. It's easy to play to. You've got more songs you can play. Better vibes, in my opinion. So,
how did you get involved with Aces?
Through Stories, actually. Again, it's about networking. So, because I was Stories resident. Actually, I wasn't at the time, but I was like they were booking me pretty much most weeks.
Yeah.
And Aces signed the agreement with Stories to be exclusive in Birmingham. And then obviously I was the resident, so they had me on the warm up, and then there was meant to be I think I did 2. Both of them were with Russ. I think the first one it was just me and Russ because I think another DJ dropped out, and I just did the warm up and the mains. I did the warm up and the closing set, which was wicked for me. So I can do that kind of stuff. And then the second one was me, Russ, and Shaq. I think I've forgotten. But again, just being in the right place and being able to get in contact with those people through other people.
So what kind of?
It's unlikely that you'll say if you reached out to a brand that you don't have any connections with. Say if I was to reach out to Aces without knowing Stories and being involved with Stories, they'd receive my message and probably read it and that's it. Or that's just how it works. I don't blame anyone for doing that because they probably get messages from DJs every single day saying like, "Oh, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I play a free set?" But you got to bring more to the table than that. You've
got to get in that kind of circle with them.
Yeah, of course. You've got to be able to reach out properly.
Have you had any like overseas sets and like whereabouts?
I did a season in Napa.
Yeah.
I did 2017 in Napa. Which personally I didn't have a great experience with. I didn't really enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I think I was just my throw at the dice with Napa was very unlucky.
Yeah.
I played at a club called River Reggae. The year before, Kieran J did it.
Yeah.
And he smashed it. Like there was on. Hear me out. This little stand is fucked. Basically, Kieran J did it the year before. And he was on Geordie Shore and shit. I was like, yeah, that's sick. I want to be doing that.
Yeah.
And then got there. I went to Napa. I did a one-way flight with my boy. Just went around to all the clubs. Obviously, handed out USB sticks. These lot got back to me and said, yeah, you can come for a trial, do this, and you can do that. All went fine. what I didn't realise was that River Reggae had an ongoing court case with the local hotels just around, because it's right in it's in a different part of Napa.
Noise complaints and stuff.
Noise complaints, and yeah, River Reggae is not on the strip. It's
okay.
It used to be quite far off the strip, so it was almost like a residential area, and they had massive noise complaints. So while I was there, I couldn't play music over a background noise level.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's literally like having the radio on in the background.
Nah, I couldn't be doing that.
And I had to do that for a month.
Yeah.
Every single day for a month. And bearing in mind, it starts at 1 a.m. and finishes at 8.
Wow.
8 a.m. So wow. when you finish, the sun's completely up.
Yeah.
And then you're playing to 12 people for that whole night, because no one wants to be there because it's background noise.
Yeah.
All the clubs, black and white and that, are popping on the strip. Like Dom was in, because me and Dom went the same year. He went just before me. And then so he was in black and white and Igloo and that, smashing it every night. And then not every night, but it's busy. But then I'm there like, fucking hell, this is pissing me off. Like I want to be getting the club. I want to be playing to people. I want to be building my name, because you're in Napa to build your name.
Yeah, definitely.
You're there to see people that you don't normally see and build your brand. But playing background noise to 12 people for a whole month, bro.
I don't know how you did that. I would have left. I would have gone home.
No. Honestly, it was at the time it was the worst thing ever. After the month, I had a holiday booked at home. I had a holiday booked to Ibiza with my missus at the time, and I just said to myself, I'm not going to go back. I'm not going back.
I feel like you have to do these types of gigs though, right? Like to kind of get the experience, and then
it builds you. It builds you, because you can be like you're there like that. It can't get worse than that. I'm sure it probably could get worse than that.
Don't go as you did go home.
I did go home. I went. Like I did the first month, then I went home for a holiday that I'd already booked, and then I went back. And I went to River Reggae on the day I got back, just to see what it was like, and it was diabolical. Like it was just the same. I'm just there like I don't want to be here. I'm going home in the morning. And then Dom was like, "Okay, well, just cover me." I think he asked me to cover him in Igloo Bar one night. Tuesday then, man. That's what I'm on about, bro. Dom let me cover him in Igloo that night, and then Finos was like, you're good. Like it was popping. I was playing KMT, and everyone was like, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Gassed, and then he got me on, did a few sets. I think we did. What did we do? We did a couple club ices. I did for Sneak Boy. That was pretty sick.
Okay.
Did a few Candy Boat parties, and that was all sick, but my head just wasn't in it.
Because you already had that bad experience, so that's why like you weren't.
Yeah, that. But then I don't know. My head was just closed. I wasn't in the right headspace. I had things going on at home with people. It wasn't the right time. I don't think. I haven't given it a chance since. I think if I carried on, maybe I could have worked. It could have worked better.
Yeah.
But
it goes River Reggae scarred him.
No, honestly, that I happily, when I heard that place burnt down, I was happy. But it is what it is, isn't it? It's not. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah.
Because it changes you as a DJ.
I feel like you got to do these gigs where there's 2-3 people there.
Them graveyard sets, them 8-hour sets when you're getting. We were getting paid €50.
Yeah.
For those 8-hour sets with no one there.
It's one of them ones. It's an experience. It's an experience, you know.
I wouldn't change it for anything. Like making new friends as well. Like I wasn't there for. I think I was there for just shy. I think 2 months, maybe just shy of 2 months. But for the time the second time I was after the holiday, me and Dom were living in the apartment, and it was sick, man. Like it was sick. Those 2-3 weeks was sick. But
so with you doing, like, obviously now you're doing a lot of mixes on Mixcloud and stuff, and like you're getting a lot of views and a lot of exposure from it. So how are you kind of utilizing that to, you know, so like how are you kind of changing up the mixes? Are you just thinking one day, okay, I've got to do this mix, or are you just doing it based on what other people have been saying, or
my mix
how much do you think it's helped you? Sorry.
My mix only started popping beginning of last year. I decided like I kept after I came back from Napa, I had like a 6-month period where I was really like against DJ, and I really didn't like it. And that affected me for a while. Like I wasn't getting any sets in Brum. I was only taking local sets, and my whole mind frame was bad. It was like not a bad 6 months, but it wasn't positive. And so I decided the rest of that year I did mixes here and there, and then start of 2019, I started to do weekly mixes. Just thought, you know what, just do it. Like I think Jamski was doing it. I think Jamski was doing it. Jamski was doing it at the time, and it was doing well for him. So I was like, you know what, I'll give it a go. And it worked well, man, because I themed every single mix. So every single mix had a theme, and it worked really well. I think I went from about 1.6k followers to I think it was about 7,000 from the January to the September. And which was sick. I was like, wow, that it just shows that consistency works. But then after the 9 months, like people would, I think I just kind of fizzled out of ideas. And
I think there's only like so many, you know, you can do. There's not an infinite amount. There's
only so much of that kind of stuff you can do, and I think if I carried it on, it would have been too washed out, and then my mixes wouldn't have been relevant. And so I stopped it. I think I did maybe 3 mixes from the September to the end of the year, and then just tried to just kind of narrow the mixes down and just do really good mixes sometimes. So like I did my 2 lit tapes. They did decent. I think they're both on about 10k now. And then obviously when quarantine came, the quarantine mixtapes came straight in, and I was like, they absolutely smashed it.
Like every day, I was like, your work rate is mad. Like every day new mix, you know.
Individually, as the mixes, I think on average they got about 5,000 each. But because they were so short, people would listen to one and they'd be like, like it wasn't long enough, I want to listen to another. So they'd click on another one. But that's, instead of me getting 1 play for a long mix, I'm getting 2 plays for 2 short mixes. And
so you're keeping it like 20 to 30 minutes max.
Nah, 15 to 20.
15 to 20.
Yeah. And the numbers just went sky high. Like I think before that, the most plays I had in a day was about 2,000. 2,000 24 hours, and then on one day during the quarantine mixes, I got 4.6k plays in one day, and that was bonkers. I was like 4,000.
The numbers are crazy. Numbers are crazy.
That was sick, man, and that's just because it's no funny business. It's just like being consistent and people doing things that people want to hear.
Definitely. So someone said favorite artist you've supported.
Did you dare go in the River Reggae pool? Well, the River Reggae pool, it weren't water. Put it that way. The things you see, even though it was quiet, the things you see at River Reggae, it changes. Just
you can't unsee it.
Nah, man. Them Scandies, they come out crazy, man. What else? 5 artists I've supported. Obviously, the whole Drake and Tory Lanez thing was sick. That was mad. Like, I didn't warm up for Tory Lanez because he wasn't booked to play, but I did the warm up set and he performed later, so I'll take it. In Napa, I DJ'd for Sneakbird, like I said. DJ'd for Abracadabra in stories. That night was a bit of a myth. We won't go into that. What else? Pound. Oh my god, I'm gonna hold it from now on. Wait there.
Technical difficulties.
I've got a little car stand. This little thing.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
he took it out of the car.
yeah, pound.
Jacked it.
No, my sister's car. I was gonna use it for my Instagram live the other day, but it didn't really work. Yeah, I played for pounds in 101. That was fun. I can't think, man. Yeah, I think my favourite was probably obviously the whole Drake thing. That was sick. Yeah.
Are there any other parts of the UK you want to DJ at? Or DJ in, sorry.
I want to do the London, man.
Again, like this is another discussion that like people are saying the London scene ain't the best. And, like,
London's the best, man. London's the best, man.
I want to wait for my London DJs to comment because, like, I mean, personally, it's a good scene, but it's like it's so saturated, and
of course, if you want to be an outsider DJ in London, you've got to have something special about you.
You've got to have, definitely.
The only DJs from out of town that play in London are the ones with the big names.
Jordan, hello, bro.
Is he from London? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from London. He's from London. He DJs for JD. And like other clubs and stuff like that. But London's like it's good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good scene. But to be honest, when I go outside of London or outside of UK, I prefer that scene better. Like, especially I went to Birmingham. I went to Bamboo. I didn't go to Stories. I actually wanted to go to Stories, but we went Bamboo. But Bamboo was good. But yeah, London's just saturated.
It was DJing in Bamboo.
Jammer.
Seems more better than that, man. I'm joking. Love Jammer. If he's here, whenever I've been to London with my boys, like it's been just different gravy in it. Like,
yeah.
When I say I want to DJ in London, I want to DJ West End.
Yeah, West End.
I want to do Libs, Tape, Cirque du Soir, all that.
Those are just like you have to be in that circle. That's literally just a circle game. Like, it's not even if you're good, to be honest. Like, we were having this discussion as well. Like, so we call them fashion DJs that because they look the part, because they got the crew, because they're in that circle, they're just kind of like, oh, I'm a DJ kind of thing. They get in that circle. That's it.
Yeah.
And like, do you agree with that? Do you agree with that scene? Like, it's coming like that now. That especially not just even West End, but a couple other scenes in like the UK as well. It's just like if you're in that circle, that's it. Like
there is a lot of circles, and those circles can contain people who aren't of the best kind of quality level, and that's always going to happen in DJing and art and artistry and live performance arts. Be it like it's the network. It doesn't matter how good you are, but if you're a DJ who's making waves and you're bringing crowds and you fit that kind of level for that venue, they're going to book you. Like, they're going to book you. Like, if you're causing the right things and doing the right things, you'll get it.
So I'm going to ask you this: like, what do you think you need in your kind of under your belt to come to London and DJ? Like, what do you think?
I need a bigger. Personally, I need a bigger crowd pull and crowd in London. I don't know what my crowd in London's like. It could be I could go to London and sell out the O2. No, I'm joking. But like, like the only way I can measure my crowd in London is through Mixcloud.
Yeah.
And London's my second biggest city other than Birmingham. So if I do go to a club and I promote it properly, and I could potentially get a crowd, then maybe that's it. But I think to DJ in those kind of clubs, you need to have some sort of clientele that are going to come and buy bottles.
Definitely, it's a bottle service.
Yeah. If you're bringing ballers to the club, like you'll get the booking. That happens in Birmingham as well.
That's literally what I was saying. Like with the fashion DJs, like you either got a crowd that will bottle spend, or you got a crowd that will just bring like girls to the club and they roll with like 20 girls. That's literally it.
Yeah, both of them is wicked. If you was a DJ as a
not like a celebrity, but as you as a DJ, if you can bring those kind of people to the club, that's how you can put your price up.
Yeah, that's
That's how you can
definitely.
get bigger bookings.
How do you find it? Like, I'm not gonna ask about your pricing, but like, how do you find it pricing yourself up? Like, do you find it difficult because like you got competition in your area and stuff like that with DJs putting their prices down to just get that booking or putting it up, or do you find it difficult, or do you kind of just stick to your price?
I think because it's difficult out of town, so out of Birmingham, I feel like the prices are always going to be higher.
Yeah.
Because being I'm not a Birmingham DJ, but because I play in Birmingham quite a lot, I'm sort of classed as a Birmingham DJ. So you're not bringing an out of town kind of crowd. Mm-hmm. So unless you've got a decent crowd, then it's different. If you're a headline act, say if you're on the Silk or Rusky or Max Denham kind of level, that's when it's different. And then, but being the level that I am, the same level a lot of DJs are, you have to think about where you price yourself. You can't be overboard because people will just get the next man.
Yeah,
that's how it is until you've built your own brand and you're packing the club out yourself. You have to consider what other men are charging.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How are you on the mic? Do you host your sets as well, or do you not really?
Until my Instagram live the other day, I never really touched mic. I think I might do it now though. I think I might do it now. It just brings a different energy, I think.
I feel like it's I feel like it's like, for me personally, I find it hard like concentrate on a DJ and then like hosting as well at the same time. Like, it's a skill in itself.
Yeah. I think some DJs get lost with it. They think they let the hosting take over.
Yeah.
Almost like a Westwood. Mm-hmm. I rate Westwood highly. Don't care about the drama recently, but he's, as a DJ and a role model,
yeah,
he's the man. But I think his act is him.
Yeah,
it's not really the tunes he plays. It is, but
everyone kind of goes for him. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
But then you got people like MJ. MJ hosted sets. He does it well. I haven't seen him play for a while, but he does it well, and he focuses on his mixing more than his hosting. Is my dad in here? Big up your dad. Yeah, but I think that's probably in here now. But no. If you're focused on the DJing more than the hosting, you'll be loved. But the level of disrespect seeks. Westwood, my dad. Yeah, okay, I get it now. Yeah. Come on, man. That's reckless, is that? But no. There is some DJs that do it well. I think when I get back to the clubs, I want to do it, but the mixing's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think's to come in the next 5 years? Like, where do you see yourself?
I want to not put DJing on the back burner, but I want to use the production as the main thing. Mm-hmm. I've built like a decent network now where I can speak to people and kind of get into places with music.
Yeah.
And then I want to use that as my main thing, because that's where I think I'll enjoy things and make the money that I want to make and do the things I want to do. So, but I want to get to a level where people are booking. I'm still getting DJing bookings, but I'm getting bookings because of who I am and playing my songs. Like, I want to be. I went to Vegas last year and I listened to. We went to see London on the Track at a club, and that was sick, man. Like,
did you go Dre's?
Say again.
Did you go Dre's?
Bro, we went everywhere in Vegas, man. Let's not talk about
that. That's X-rated, yeah.
Bro, Vegas is just a different gravy, man. But it's people were there. All these people were chilling in the booth. Like, the booth is massive in this one club that we were at.
Yeah.
And people are going there to see him because he's not the biggest artist in the world, but he's got enough of a pull.
He's producing it.
Yeah. Like, but that's what I mean, man. And that's where I want to get to. I don't want to be like a worldwide superstar. Mm-hmm. I don't want paparazzi at my door, but I want some level of recognition and being like, you're a sick producer, your tunes are sick, like, you're a sick guy. comes to the club.
Where you could go like to
yeah.
O2 Institute or something and then sell out 3,000 easy.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
Personally, I don't want to be, obviously selling at arenas would be sick, but
Yeah.
that's not where my head's at. I want to be just doing what I like to do and then being able to shut down the clubs as well.
Have you wanted to do like festivals, or you kind of want to stick with clubs?
Festivals where the big crowds are at.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely do a festival. I've never even been to a festival. Like,
Never been to one?
I've never ever been to a festival.
Oh, okay.
Never even for a day thing. Like everyone I know has, but I've never been. Just because I'm not that interested, really. If I was to get a festival booking, I'd have it with open arms. Like, obviously, of course you would. Bigger crowds, exposure is crazy, but yeah, of course you take the booking, definitely.
How do you find it with like DJing with other DJs though? Like, do you find like a bit of rivalry, or do you get a bit, cocky about your mixing, or do you kind of stay humble and stuff like that, or do DJs approach you as well? Or?
Personally, I like to think of myself as humble.
Yeah.
I think I'm no better than any other man. Like, but we're all doing it separately. There's been like kind of not rivalries, but there's like a bit of like competition in the past. Nothing crazy. It's not like got to a heated level, but there's always going to be that kind of friendly competition in this industry, especially with people who work closely. And that kind of is mad.
Mad bougie.
VIP, man.
Get out in, man.
I thought we were boys, man.
Name drop. Name drop.
Name drop. Yeah, he knows that's why. But nah. It's like it's always friendly competition, but I think it's healthy.
Yeah.
When say if you're doing a back-to-back set with a DJ, you want to be dropping the fires. You want to be doing the best transitions. Like it's never heated, but it's fun and it keeps you creative, I think.
Bro, the live's gonna cut in like 40 seconds, so we'll come back here.
Drop it.
Cool.
Do it now.
We'll come back. Right.
No.
Right. Yo, that hour went quick, I can't lie.
Be back. Trust. Too much chatting shit.
So is there a DJ who you'd like to DJ with, like alongside you on a set?
I'm good friends with Max Denham now, just through the way how we've worked. I've never DJ'd with him though. I've never actually DJ'd live with him. So that would be sick. That's something I'd want to do. I've DJ'd with Westwood, but I'd like to do more like almost like a together kind of act thing with Westwood. That'd be fun. That's just something like that would be a cool thing to do. Never DJ with Colin Francis. That'd be sick.
He's like the godfather, literally.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Even like you've got the EZs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That everyone would like to play with. But yeah, personally, I'd like to do a live set with Max or Westwood. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Okay, so you were bringing this up, right, about the AM kind of the gig you had with AM. Like, have you ever had like? So was that a gig where you had to shut off the music because of violence or something, or have you ever had like a gig where you had to shut off the music because of the beef with the artist or something like that?
A lot of other DJs have said that doesn't happen in Birmingham, but I know it does. Like, it happens a lot, especially where I've played and some of the sets I've played. People get too sensitive about things and they're there for the wrong reasons and want to start beef. Basically, they're saying, "Oh, lock the tune off." I'm not affiliated with no one. I'm just playing the tune. Yeah. I'm playing the tune for the crowd. Like, I hate it.
I don't understand it because it's not like we're taking sides. You know what I mean? We're just there to get the crowd going.
I've got no affiliation. I've got no affiliation with any gang members at all. Yeah. Like, I'm just playing tunes, man. Like, just let me play my songs, innit? It's never that deep. Like, when we were in Napa, when we were in Apple, we were told, because that was the year I think Kojo Funds and Young Bane had Fine Wine out, and then who else? Oh, J Hus was there as well. So one week we had Kojo, and then the week after we had I think we had J Hus, and at those both events we were told, don't play Kojo, don't play J Hus, depending on whose night it was.
Yeah.
But then you're playing in the club, and like Kojo's there, and like J Hus gets played. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. But then in the clubs, they honestly don't give a shit. But then you go into the clubs and man are like, oh, don't play this, don't play that. Mate, what's wrong with you? You're just asking for attention. Like, you're not part of that kind of beef. Shut up, man. Like, with Birmingham, it's different because some of the artists aren't as known as those kind of those other like J Hus and Kojo Fund, but still, like, who else? That whole night with when OFB were there, that was like I was getting told to stop playing 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Like,
Why? It's too violent.
No, just people. No. I mean, like, people in the crowd are coming up to me, like Roadman are coming up to me, like saying, "Oh, stop! Like, lock the tune off, lock the tune off." Like they got beef with 6ix9ine. Shut up, man. What's wrong with you?
I don't understand.
Personally,
I don't understand it. I actually don't understand it. Why you have to lock off a tune because someone has offence to the artist.
Yeah, it's dumb. But then I've played in Oxford before. I've been told to turn off CBiz. Because apparently there's some place called Emporium in Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
And I got told to take off CBiz because apparently Church Road boys are in there.
Church Road? What? Oh my god!
But then
See,
I'm there playing tunes, mate.
You can't play that decent.
That's what I mean, man. People say that, and then like in stories, I've been told to turn off Stardom and turn off Mist, and like it happens a lot, man. Like in Birmingham a lot.
Have you had money pull-ups or anything like that, or tips for play songs, or?
I've had quite a few money pull-ups, but not like nothing crazy. No big spenders. Like nothing over. I think the most I had in one night was in stories. I think it was about 150, and that wasn't just one tune. I kept playing drill tunes, and they just kept throwing tenors over the booth. So about 150. Nothing dumb, but soon land them 20k ones.
No, like literally some DJs I was talking to, like 3k, just like one tune, 3k.
But this whole G2 thing. I watched I swear I watched a video a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
G2 getting a tip of 3k. It might not have been him, but I swear I remember this. It was from.
I think he's in. Let's see if he comments.
Yeah, trust if he's in it.
Yeah. Like literally, like Scotty B said, 3.5k, 3.3 or something.
Yeah, like when you're in the West End clubs, you get kind of shit, man. Like,
definitely.
But nah, I need them big tippers, man. I need them.
See, that's when you come to London, then it's that. Then you get that.
Yeah,
you know, like Libertine, Cirque, like those ones.
I need to be Libertine resident. That's what I need to do.
The thing is, I think it's a big thing, right? Big up Charlie in the building. I think it's a big thing. I think it's a big thing to DJ.
Charlie was there on that night.
Which
in one extra after party. That night in stories, man. Crazy.
Oh, right,
the vibes are so sick. The vibes are so sick until he left.
See, I feel like for me, I feel like it's a big thing to play in like Tape, Cirque, like all of these clubs. But personally, it's like, again, what I was saying is literally like you have to be in that circle, and I feel like I'd have more fun because obviously I don't know, clubbing's changed, right? The dynamics of everything, and it used to be more about the music. Now it's about bottle spend in those clubs. So personally, I feel like I'd have more fun in another club that weren't just bottle spend and weren't just tables and everything like that.
Yeah, I think I've played some sick student events. Like I used to play for a couple of guys in Leicester, and they used to do these mad events called Saucy, and Silk used to play them as well. And them events, man, when you've got like 2,000-3,000 students in front of you going for it, you're playing urban shit as well, and it's just going bonkers. They are so sick. Like, I got a couple videos on my Instagram of those.
Has anyone ever reloaded your tune?
Yeah. That happens. That's happened a few times. And it's just like, what right do you have to do that?
Yeah.
And it causes trouble. And then it just ruins a set. Like, you get distracted by causing trouble, and then.
Like what I was saying to G2, like how are you with people in the booth? Are you do you have your boys in the booth, or do you kind of just like yourself?
I don't usually go with my boys to sets. Not usually, unless it's like a big set where everyone's going out. Like I normally.
Yeah.
I can't say I can't actually say that. Unsolid. Sure. Anyway. We move. Yeah, it happens. I don't really travel with my boys to the club really, unless it's like a big event, like I said.
Yeah.
But when it does happen, they are in the booth, obviously. But I don't like having. Obviously, as a DJ, you're always going to get girls around you, but I don't like having girls in the booth. That's not how. I know MJ likes that, but that ain't me. I don't like it. I get in trouble if I speak. But no. That's not really me. I don't like full booths and that. I remember when Shaq 5 started popping.
Yeah.
Like the booth, he used to play in Bamboo a lot, and the booth in Bamboo was absolutely packed. You know, like you couldn't get any more man in there. And it was. I know what he's like when he's got too many people in his ear. He gets a bit like not agitated. He gets a bit like everywhere. And that's what gave me the biggest nightmare. But I couldn't deal with that, so I have my friends in there, but it's never packed ever.
I could never have more than like maybe 2 people in the booth. Like
it's not
just
a party.
distraction. It's just a distraction. That's why I don't like the London clubs where they got the VIP tables behind the booth, because I'm like, how are you doing a bottle show right behind me? You know, like while I'm DJing. One girl dashed
stories.
Pardon?
Oh God, Dex on me 2 years.
What?
Anyway, yeah. Well, stories has that. They've got the biggest booths behind the DJ box, which isn't the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
But I think it adds to the energy. If it was one way of keeping professional, no, God, shut up, man. Yeah. It's okay. It works for when it's them artist events that are absolutely packed out. When Gunner was in stories, like there was just problems with people pushing into VIP area behind the booth, and then the artist bouncers are getting funny, and it gets a bit messy. But if it's in the right area, it's fine, really.
CB after the club, your antics, bro. He's on antics. This guy's antics is bad. He's got female issues. I'm joking.
MJ does, yeah. MJ does. Bad.
Oh my God. See, I just couldn't. I just couldn't. But I just got to concentrate on DJing and kind of like afterwards is when you party. If you're only doing like a couple hour set or a little warm up set, then cool after that party. But when I'm doing it, I've got to go spill drink all over the booth.
like I said, I don't usually drink when I'm DJing, so it's never really like a party.
Yeah.
I'm back. It's never really like a party.
Yeah.
But when it does get a bit crazy, say it was one of my boys' birthday, then their booth will be away from the DJ booth. Yeah. So it just keeps it nice. Like,
have you had anyone so spill a drink on the mixer or anything like embarrassing during the set? Like, have you messed up or?
Not particularly. The worst thing that's ever happened in the booth was in Napa, actually. Well, it wasn't really a drink. I was on Candy Boat Party. In Napa, and if man have played on Candy Boat Party, they know that some days you get the storm, and the storm is horrible. Like the whole boat is like, and where you put your laptop, there's a different size. Like so the booth's in front of you. Yeah. Got a little side bit here that is where you hold your laptop, and it just goes. The laptop just went, and like some massive wave came, the laptop just went boom straight off the fucking booth onto the deck of the boat, and you're there like, oh my god, it's gone over the edge, it's gone over the edge. But apart from yes, that's my boy Joey below.
Oh, okay.
It was New Year's Eve, not just gone, the one before. I was playing sober in Birmingham. That was when it was a party. Me and my boys were getting smashed. And I think Joey just had way too much. He was backing some crazy stuff in the car. It was some dirty drink. And he literally just passed out in sober booth, like absolutely slumped over. Like, and he went, oh, now he's on a different thing. Oh.
What's he talking about?
There was another time in stories when he's leaning, because there's a monitor. Yeah. Monitor on the side of stories, and he's leaning on it. And the floor's covered in champagne from people spraying and that, and bottle shows and shit. And he just goes, he's leaning on this monitor, and he's wearing shit flickers or something, and he just goes, smashed his head on the speaker and everything. It was horrible, man. Oh my God. Caught on CCTV and everything. I've got the video on CCTV. Funny,
yeah, I've got to see that one.
I'll bank my story there. It's fair.
So how are you like with the monitors? Like, do you put it up like full, or are you kind of like, nah, I've got to protect my ears, or?
I cannot have loud monitors. There's some DJs that have already been mentioned that love loud monitors.
Yeah.
Like Shaq loves loud monitors. Who else loves loud? GT, you know GT?
Yeah.
GT loves loud monitors. MJ loves loud monitors.
Yeah, I love loud.
Who else?
Because like, it's just the vibe is better in a booth, right, for yourself.
I don't like it. It just ruins it. I'd much prefer to hear what the crowd hear. I know it's not exactly what they hear, but if you can hear that the sound sounds good, you've got your headphones for the monitoring.
I think in a way it's bad because you can't actually hear if it's distorting or not in the club.
Exactly, and that's my worst nightmare, having red line distortion. Nah. That's not how I grew up.
How I grew up.
In-ear monitors, you know. I'm not on that sort of money. You have to send me some of them.
Yeah. I've seen some of those. Yeah, I need to actually invest in that.
I ain't looking to spend 15 grand.
But like, I like the monitors up because then I feel the vibe. But yeah, again, what you're saying, like you don't want to redline it all the time.
The worst thing is when you've got clubs, no names, Bamboo, when they use the monitor as a speaker.
Why?
Actually, you know what? It's not even just Bamboo. It's a lot of clubs in Birmingham. There's a bar. There's a couple of bars that do it as well. They've got the monitor that should be a monitor, a speaker above the booth, which should be a booth monitor, but then it's connected to the master system. Makes no sense. But it's connected to the master speaker system, and it's blasting. Like,
I've had one where the monitor was literally a club speaker, like with the bass, sub, and I'm like, how is that a monitor? Like in the booth.
The point, like it's just and when you have it on, it's just super loud. Like man used to go home from Bamboo with ringing ears, like
you know the ones when you wake up the next day. When you wake up the next day, and it's like ringing still.
What I mean, man, and it's outrageous.
Yeah.
But then if you don't have proper club sound systems and people, if you don't have DJs getting involved with the running of a club, they don't know. Like they don't know. Like the decks could be broken. Yeah. And the club don't really know what's broken with them, and they just keep going with them. So it's just the way it's going to be with clubs and DJs. It won't really change.
So if you were doing your own event, who's DJing on your lineup? Who's on your lineup?
Well, I'll try and do my first solo event after lockdown's finished, hopefully.
So I'm on the warm up, yeah.
Yeah. Say again.
I said I'm on the warm up, yeah.
Well, it's not me. No, it depends. I reckon the biggest worry for me is having someone to carry on the vibe. Obviously, I can do main set. That's easy, but it's about having a DJ who I can trust to do the closing set.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't be able to work it out until I know what kind of crowd is coming. So I know DJs that could do everything, and I also know DJs who could do
really well in old school. But then it's about working out what kind of vibe. I reckon for a warm-up DJ, that I know personally, I'd say I'd love to have Reckless as a warm-up. I love Reckless. He's sick.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Reckless. He's sick, man. It's just because array of tunes as well. Like he's got tunes. VIP I'd use as well. I think VIP's sick. He's known. He's got the tunes. It's not about getting your friends. It's about getting people who you can trust.
Structuring the night.
Exactly. So I'm not great friends with Reckless. I'm not great friends with VIP. I know them a lot more now since lockdown. But like I can trust them. I can trust them. I know that they're good. Yeah, Reckless is a bad boy DJ. He's sick, man. Sick guy. But yeah, it's just about it's not about getting your friends on. It's not. It should be about getting the right people for your event. Like, yeah, putting your friends on is all good and that, of course, but you've got to think about your quality of your event. Yeah.
So do you want to like properly get into the events then, and like do regular things with that, or just like do like one off here and there, or?
I think if I could do one every few months, like maybe every 3 months. I wouldn't. It's not about, like right now. For me wanting to host an event, it's not about the money at all. Like I just want to be able to. I want to take my brand to the next level and prove that I can pull a crowd. Because I've never really. I've never hosted my. Since my like old days of being a 14, 15, 16-year-old hosting my events at a rugby club, I've never hosted my event, so I don't know. I don't really know what my pure pull is like. So that's what I want to do. I want to be able to pull a crowd myself and get some up popping.
So yeah, with the production side, have you got a track release yet, or are you waiting?
No, I've got nothing. I've got nothing released. I've not worked with any artist yet.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to perfect it at the moment. Just trying to get it. Just trying to get my skills to a level where I could release something quality. Anyone can release like a tin can or whatever.
Yeah.
Like so much shit. I want to make sure what I'm putting out is quality. There's no point putting out below average shit, man.
What's been like the best gig for you that you've walked away and you were like, this is like the best gig I've ever done? Like in terms of set wise or crowd or?
My local, I don't know, it's crazy, man. Like I mentioned earlier, one of those saucy events in Leicester. When you walked away from that absolutely slew in the set.
Yeah.
Like it's different, man. Like you've got 2,000 people in front of you and you've absolutely shut it down. Like that's special. That's right. I've done that once or twice, and that's really special. It's not even the bigger ones. Like my local club, Smack in Leamington. I think it was about 2 years ago. There was it must have been like an Afrobeats or Caribbean night. I think one of the Caribbean what they called one of the Caribbean groups at university had a night out, and they all came to Smack, and Smack's 2 floors. Upstairs is a bit more commercial and like dance music. Downstairs is hip hop R&B, and it was just literally just like the whole African Caribbean society was in there, and we were just normally it's quite commercial. You play like hip hop a bit, and we just ran bashment and Afrobeats for hours, man. Like we do everything. We do Afrobeats, bashment, trap, and it was just like it was so unexpected. That's what made it better.
Like the atmosphere must have been,
yeah, it was electric, man. It was for such a small little room, and being my local, it's like normally you have your local, it's a bit of graft, like you don't really enjoy it, but that night it was crazy, man.
So kind of to wrap everything up, so with after quarantine, obviously we don't know when that's gonna be, but what's your plans with like the clubbing scene? Do you want to kind of, I know you want to come to London and do stuff, so you're gonna go back to stories and then what from there? Like what's your plans from then?
My plans as soon as we get back is I want to just smash my event out and get something in the works. I don't want to do it the first week back. I want to let people get that out of the system first, and then
come. I don't want people to be like, it was full because it was quarantine's over. Like, but I want to be able to give it a bit of time so I can promote it properly for a few weeks and make it look professional. That's my first priority. Just getting back into the clubs, hopefully finding some new venues as well. I'm excited. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's the thing. No one knows. No one knows. And like
Smack Smack used to be sick, man. Like what MJ said, Smack used to be so sick when me and him first joined. It was about, I think it was 2016. Me and him started at Smack, and bro, Smack used to be so fucking sick, man. But things change.
Definitely. But bro, appreciate your time. Like, I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, man. No, like, well, I just want to say big shout out to you. This platform's sick, man. Like, it's not crazy. Like, it's not billions of numbers, but like, it gives insight to people who constantly drop messages in the DM or whatever. Yeah. So I just want to congratulate you on this platform.
Thank you. But yeah, everyone just inside right now, like, give me a follow. This week I got big interviews with other DJs, and like tomorrow I got Martin Too Smooth. Wednesday I got so I've got Charlesy on Thursday. Like, I've got loads of different DJs. So yeah, but yeah, appreciate it, and I appreciate your time as well.
Yeah, man. If you message Max Denham?
No, I haven't. I will do.
Get him on, man. He's sick. Get him on. And MJ as well. MJ's got some.
Yeah, MJ. I'm gonna text you after this. Cool, man.
Get it in.
I appreciate it.
Safe.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate everyone inside. Bye.